Now look, fellas, we all know that look, okay? This is a man who looks disappointed. This is a chick who looks like she's happy that a man saved her. But here's the thing. Gotti was gunning for her when she was in her prime.
Well, I'm not having sex until I get married, so they're not going to get me pregnant.
Oh.
And, no, I'm pretty smart. I didn't nobody's trapping me.
Okay.
When she still claimed to be a V, when she was untouched, when she was still pure.
What's the deal with you and Angela Simmons?
I just got a crush on her. Is it? Y'all see me, I put this shit on, what I put it on?
You made her your
Instagram.
WCW. And you mentioned her, you gave her 2 lines and down in the DM.
I gave her 4 lines, actually, 2 balls. I just followed Angela, they jumped up. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Angela Simmons.
I just follow Angela Simmons. Boy, I got a crush on Angela Simmons. They like, damn, got it, you bold. Fuck it, I'm gonna let the world know.
I got a crush on her though, straight up.
Has she ever hit you back? Has she ever?
No, I ain't bumped into her like that, but.
He was looking at her like, man, she would make a good wife. But when she finally gave him the time of day was after she was washed, smashed a couple dudes, had a baby.
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
There's more?
What you mean?
My boy, you still going?
What?
It's my turn! You told me it was my turn!
And that's when she felt like Gotti was good enough for her. But when she was in her prime, when she was young, fresh, and green, and he was, yo, what up, Angela? She didn't see him.
I heard it was Yo Gotti that was stalking
You
you.
was on Catfish.
Oh, yeah, I was on there.
Stop!
Oh, man. It go down in the deal.
Hey.
It go down in the deal.
He met your dad and everything. Like, he was really going.
It was
We seen a
awkward.
picture with both of y'all together.
Yeah, he came to my event.
We saw he gave you some flowers.
Yeah, they were really nice.
So y'all
and
not together and nothing?
No.
He shot his shot, though.
He's a nice guy, and I'm flattered by everything going on.
Yeah,
He
shout
said he
out
was
to
really
God
in your DMs, though. Did he really?
I
DM?
didn't see because I don't really check my DMs
You
because I
don't
get a
follow
bunch
him.
of them.
she ignored him. But after she's all washed up, she settled for him. So off rip, this was bound to fail.
But it was a while before love. Then you had another relationship.
Yeah.
Very public relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That people, it was weird because you guys shared a lot, but you didn't share a lot. Like we saw photos and we saw it happen, and people were invested because he kind of manifested it in a way.
Yeah, I think, when it comes to me in relationships, there's a lot of times people don't even see who I date, right? And with that one, it just felt special enough to share. You know what I mean? I think we both on the same page. And then it's like, I don't believe you have to give it all to show that you're together, but it just felt right.
You were having fun too, it seemed like. You were having fun with it.
For sure. I think, it felt right. And like it didn't, like we both have our own thing going on. It's like, cool. Like both these worlds came together. It's cool. Like we can share it.
And you've been quiet lately. Are you guys together still or no?
No.
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Yeah. Not by choice, but I respect him. It's all love. Like
it's not your choice?
I wouldn't have chose it, but it was what was best. But I wouldn't have chose it, no.
What are you saying to me right now, Angela Simmons?
I'm saying that I'm a lover. I love love. I love relationships.
This man proclaimed that he wanted to get with Angela Simmons. This man pursued you. He proclaimed it in front of everybody that he wants Angela Simmons. So you're not telling me that he ended? Did he end the relationship or did?
No, it was my choice. I had to make a decision, but I think there's a certain level of what I can share and would share publicly. You know what I mean? And I can publicly say that I'm not with him anymore. But as far as details, I would just never.
It's not your style.
Nah, I'm just not that girl. I'm just not that girl ever to share that much more. Other than we're not together.
Yeah, and he's not really that type either. So
yeah, that's my vibe though. Like I said, I could have probably been in and out of 4 or 5 other relationships people would have never known and got my feelings hurt or not or whatever, and I just wouldn't speak on it because some stuff is just better left unsaid. I feel like so I just leave things alone.
It's just that it was so public.
I know.
That's the hard part. Do you regret that in a way or no?
No.
Because now there's curiosity.
I know.
Now people want to know what happened.
I know.
But I understand that.
I just again much love and respect to him, and just he's doing his thing. I'm happy for him.
Ran its course. Well, that season is past.
I guess.
Yeah. Was there heartbreak involved?
My feelings were involved.
Your feelings, yeah.
It is hard. I feel like for me with relationships, because I get really invested and I'm in. When I'm in love, I'm in love. Which means I'm staying with you. But yeah, my feelings, it didn't feel good to not be with him.
What is that coming to an end unto you, or what have you learned about love? Or
I mean, you just never know. I'm a lover. I love love, and I've been in relationships where I think, this is it, we're getting married, and then I'm not married. So here I am, and then life can be just really unpredictable, I think, often. And it's really hard for me, I would say, to date, too, because I feel like the woman that people watch, they fantasize who that is, and they don't know me. So then maybe, and I'm not speaking specifically on him, I'm saying in general, then you get in a relationship with me and you're like, oh, I thought you were like this. I'm like, bro, that was 5 seconds of my life. This is who I am. Right. You know what I mean? And not that that's a bad thing, but you can have a fantasy of what a girl is, and then you get them and they're a bit different.
What is the fantasy of you?
I don't know. I might need to get a guy in here and interview him, because I have had a lot of guys that said they, oh, I have a crush or I like you, and I'm just like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Based
Like,
on what? Like
do
what
you
part
sure
of?
you like me?
Yeah.
Do you know? You know what I mean? But I think that's a hard part for me is like growing up on TV from 17 to now is like
Mm.
you think that's who I am, and who I really am is like this way versus that way or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting it's interesting.
No, totally.
She belongs to the streets.
Look, fellas, I always tell you guys, a bird always makes her way back to the streets, regardless. Look at all the men this woman ran through. Not one dude saved her. Even her baby father. She broke up with him before he passed away, in case you all forgot. Shorty been a bop, but she been acting like she's a good girl. Like, I've been peep. This chick is for the streets. How I know? Pay attention to her Instagram. Pay attention to her TikTok. She's always half naked. That been a dead giveaway. But the thing about this chick, she's a Simmons and we watch her on TV. So a bunch of y'all dudes looked at her like, yo, Shorty's Shorty's a good girl. That's what Yo Gotti thought. But when he finally got her, let's keep it a buck. That thing was ran through. So, but shouts to Gotti though, because at least he was able to accomplish his goal, which is to get with her. You got to give him some credit. But y'all already know, fellas, it's never your girl, it's just your turn. So at least he handled his candle and sent her back to the streets, because the reality is this. You could want a chick extremely bad, but sometimes when you get her, you realize like, oh shit, I see why she was single. I see why she was available. Because when a woman is wifey material, fellas, she's not gonna be available. You know how hard it is to find a woman who is virtuous, who is wifey material? Bro, she's somewhere put up with a husband. As soon as those types of women become available, bro, somebody is going to snatch them up immediately, because those women have the ability to change a man's life. That's why they are so rare. But Shorty been a bop, and Yo Gotti tried. He tried, but he realized he couldn't do it, because here's the reality, bro. Think about Yo Gotti. This is a man who is successful. He could afford to pull a younger, badder chick with low mileage. Why will he settle for this chick? I mean, it's cool to finally purchase the old school car that you've been wanting like 10 years ago. Like, it's cool to finally, all right, well, I'm in a position now to buy the car. I mean, it's cool to purchase it, but it's not going to be your everyday car. You see what I'm saying? I mean, like, you're going to drive it a few times, but that's not going to be your main car. And you could try to make it your main car, but then you're going to realize like, oh shit, man, this car need fixing. The tranny's giving problems. The engine ain't right. Now, if you were to purchase that car brand new 10 years ago, you would have enjoyed the ride. But to want a car 10 years ago and get it 10 years later is like getting a beater, bro. A used car. It's not going to drive the same. Don't matter the brand name. It could be a Benz, it could be a Beamer. It's still an old car, bro. And that's the situation that Gotti was in. And at some point, a man can't keep pretending. No matter who you are, at some point, bro, you gotta keep it real. It's like, shorty, you're not that. You're washed. And that's all it is. And now she's back to the streets where she belong. And to be honest with you, bro, this chick is heartless, bro. A woman like this can't really love a man. The amount of different men that she ran through, whether it's a black dude or this chick done dealt with all different types of men. So she doesn't have a type. A man can't save a woman like that, bro. There's nothing you could show this chick that she hasn't experienced. And a woman like that, like women who dates all different types of men, they usually don't really love men. They usually just be with a dude just cuz. And that's all this really was. And to the people out there who trying to bash Yo Gotti for wanting this chick and then leaving her because she's washed, y'all try putting yourselves in this man's shoes. Do you know how it feel to want a chick badly? Then when you finally crack, after all those other dudes crack, all those other goofies, you finally in the box and you mad as shit. Like, damn, I put in all that work for this trashy ass box. And you know the box is trash. Because if the box wasn't trash, let's be real, she would have a man. And no man about to leave no chick with no good box. Let's be real. So it is what it is, man. But this is just a case study of a bird, y'all. It's a typical life of a bird. When she's in a prime, she doesn't want you. When she's past a prime, she's gonna settle for the sucker who wanted her back in the day. And that's saying that Gotti is a sucker because he got in and got out. So salute to him, man. That's how you treat a bird. But please leave your thoughts in the comments. It's your boy AyeQ. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm out.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. Y'all already know. Don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.